Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. So this is 2021 GCE Mathematics Paper 2 and we are looking at this question in trigonometry. So the question reads, in triangle ABC below, AB is equal to 275 meters, AC is equal to 45 meters and BC is equal to 300 meters. The first question, calculate angle BAC. So this is our triangle and they want us to find BAC. So this is the angle that you are looking for. So how do we find this angle? So we find this angle by using the cosine rule, and the cosine rule is given by this formula. So we have our A squared, which is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A. So this is the formula that we are using. And about the formula, please do not worry about anything. It's always given to you on the second page of each question paper in mathematics paper 2. Okay, so when you have the formula, I think you can see to say our formula is having small letters, and so we do not have any small letter on our diagram. As you can see, we have capital A, capital C, and capital B. So how do we find these small letters? So we find our A. Let's go to the diagram. So this is our A in the question. So this is capital A. And so for us to find the small letter A, we go for the opposite of the capital A. So the opposite of capital A is this one. So the opposite is your small a. Let's also go to B. This is capital B. And so the opposite of capital B is our smaller b. So the opposite of B, which is this side, is our smaller b. Let's also go to C. So this is capital C. So the opposite of capital C is our smaller c. So this side here is our smaller c. Okay, so having said that, we can substitute. So what's the opposite of capital A? So the opposite of capital A is 300, and that's our smaller a. So we can write it. So that will be 300 squared, which is equal to, and then our B, that's the opposite of capital B, which is 45 squared, plus our C, which is the opposite of capital C, which is 275 squared, minus 2. Okay, and so when you have something like this means the multiplication. So we multiply there. So we are going to have 2 multiplying 45 times 275 cos A. Okay, very good. So we have something there, and so please be free. Feel free to use a calculator. This is paper 2. And so you punch on a calculator 300 to the power 2. What is 300 to the power 2? Okay, with me here, I'm getting a 90,000. So this will be 90,000. And then how about 45? How about 45 to the power 2? So 45 to the power 2 is 2025. 2025 plus. How about 275 to the power 2? 275 to the power 2 is 75,625 minus. So what is 2 times 45 times 275? So my answer is 24,750 cos A. Of course, we are looking for cos A, so we don't know it and we are supposed to write it like that. Okay. So when we have this, we can now add these two. So we can add these two, that is 2025 plus 75,625. So you add while the left hand side of the equation is maintained. So you write your 90,000 there. So what is 2025 plus 75,625? So the answer here is 77,650. Okay, minus, you maintain what is at the far right hand side, which is 24,750 cos A. Very good. Okay, so as you can see, we've moved a step further. So how do we continue from there? How do we continue solving? So we group the like terms. Of course, this 77,650 can join the 90,000. And so the 90,000 will be maintained at the left-hand side of the equation. And when this joins this side, it will be negative. So 77,650. While here we introduce the equal sign, and what follows will be negative 4, negative 24,750 cos A. Okay, so that's what we have there. So how do we continue from there? So of course 90,000 will subtract 77,650. So what is 90,000 minus 77,650? Please feel free to use your calculators. Feel free. And so here I have 12,350, which will be equal to negative 24,750 cos A. Okay, over there. So when we have this, remember we are looking for the value of cos A. We want to find angle A. So that's what we are looking for. So what do? We now divide throughout by negative 24,750. So we are going to divide here by negative 24,750. We also do the same at the left-hand side of the equation. So we also divide negative 24,750. So this here will cancel, as you can see. So when that cancels, we are going to remain with a cos. We're going to remain with cos A, which will be equal to, and then the other part here, we are going to divide. So what is 12,350 divided by negative 24,750? So we are having negative 0.4989. Okay, so as you can see, our cos is negative. So what do? So you go on your calculator, punch shift. So go on your calculator and punch shift. So when you punch shift, it means you are now looking for the inverse. So you find cos inverse there. So punch what you have here as your negative 0.49898 on your calculator. So when you punch that, your answer will be, so you can write here, you find the cos, the inverse of this, which is negative 0.499898. So here, when you punch on your calculator, the answer will be 119.9331. So this is written as 9.9 degrees. Very good. So we have the angle there. So this is the angle that you are looking for, and we found it. So the angle which is here, the angle at A that we're looking for is 119.9 degrees. So that's the angle. So for question 1, we are done. Let's look at question 2. So question 2 says the area of triangle ABC. The area of triangle ABC. How do we find area? Of course, area is given by this formula. So we are going to say area is equal to half BC sine A. So that's how we find our area. And now we have to substitute. Remember, we are looking for area. So our area, of course, will be equal to, what is half? Our half is our half. How about our B? How do we find B? How do we find B? So B, we said we find B. So we find B by getting the opposite of capital B. So the opposite of capital B is our smaller b. So of course our smaller b there is 45. So we're going to say multiplication of 45, then multiply. What is our C? What is our C? Let's go to the diagram. Of course we have our capital C here, and so the smaller c comes from the opposite of the capital C. So this is capital C, and the opposite of this is your smaller c. So your smaller c will be 275. So we have 275 sine. Okay, what is our sine A? We've already found our sine A. So our sine A is 119.9. Very good. Okay, so we get our calculator. Get your calculator, please, and punch on top there. So we are going to have 10,727.85. Okay, divide by this 2 here. So what am I getting here? Use your calculator, please. So I'm having 5363.9. Round this off, I'll have 5364 meters squared. So remember, we are looking for area. So that is your area. Okay, so your area is 5,364 meters squared. That is your area. Okay, so let's look at the last question. The shortest distance from A to C. The shortest distance from A to C. How do we find the shortest distance from A? Okay, the shortest distance from A to BC. So BC is this line, as you can see. So this is my BC. And then our A is over there. So the shortest distance from here up to here. This is what you are looking for. So how do we find that? Of course, we introduce the formula. So the last part, we introduce the formula like that. Equal to, so our formula will be area is equal to half BH. So this is the area, the formula that we use when you are looking for area of a triangle. Okay. So how do we substitute? Do we have, are we having A here? Do we have A? Of course we have A. What is our A? Our A is our area. And so our area is 53,064. That is what we found as our area. Okay. And how about B? How do we find B? So B, remember, we are looking for the distance, the shortest distance from A to BC. So our B will be this distance between B and C. The opposite of A, that will be our B. So we substitute. So our area is 53. We already found it. So our area here is 5364, which will be equal to half. And then our B is 300. Our H, so H is what we are looking for. We are looking for H. So how do we go forth? Of course, we can reduce this. 2 can go into 300. How many times can 2 go into 300? So the left-hand side, we maintain it. 64. And then there we've reduced. So we are going to have a 150 H. Very good. Okay. So when we have this, we now have to divide it throughout. So we divide throughout by 150. Remember, we are looking for the value of H. We are looking for the shortest distance, from A to BC. We are looking for the shortest distance from A to BC. So we divide throughout by 150. So we are going to divide here by 150, even here by 150. Okay, so our H will be equal to 35.8 meters. Okay, very good. So you have your answer there. So for the first one, for finding angle BAC, they'll award you 5 marks. You have your 5 marks here. The second one, for finding area, they'll give you 2 marks. And the third one, they'll also give you 2 marks. So at the end of the day, you walk away with 9 marks in the exam. At the end of the day, you walk away with 9 marks. For this question only, you walk away with 9 marks. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.